I saw this quote, and it was on maybe an Instagram account or something online. I'm not really sure if Elon Musk actually said this, but it went something along the lines of, okay, take your 10-year goal and now figure out how to do that in 6 months.
Wild.
And obviously, if you look at that and, through a logical perspective, you're like, there's no way. But I did try that in one aspect of my life that was not related to the nonprofit, which was I was like, I'm going to go to college for 1 year and then apply to medical school. That was a crazy idea, but I was like, wrote out what I need to do, how I need to do it to get it done in 1 year. And I found out that was not a very doable thing. It almost got done. I was very close to it. You just have to, work well under pressure, I think. But sometimes that pressure is what really drives people to get things done. Because if you're thinking, you're like, oh, I have a deadline with anything, with school, with work, with, a nonprofit. I have a deadline. It's not until a year from now. Well, you're not really motivated to get that done. There's like an optimal level of pressure that you need in order to get things rolling, to be like, all right, I don't have time to sit around right now. Like, I need to get this done right now. So in a way, it can be helpful. But at the end of the day, everything in my life wasn't super in balance. So if you need something that's sustainable, you need to make goals that also incorporate things like having a social life, and having some time for your peace and mind to relax. So now what I can do is I still have the same amount of productivity that I did, and all that work that I did that was not very in my balanced life, it still gave me a good framework and foundation to build off of now. So even though I did not accomplish my goal, I am a lot more ahead of just accepting like, okay, it's going to take this amount along a time, right? And the rest of that quote was actually, take your 10-year plan, make it in 6 months. That's your goal. And you're probably going to fail, but you're going to be a lot more ahead of anyone who just simply accepted it was going to take 10 years to reach that goal. And so now I find that it's really important on weekends to do stuff that, like recharges me for the week coming up, so I can be as productive as I can in like that Monday through Friday time period, and work a little on the weekends, but mostly do things to recharge your soul, like fill you up with good stuff. So like hang out with family, surfing, sometimes I do yoga, going to church, cooking, just things like that. Because there is, you want to try to be working as hard as you can, and you hit that entrepreneurial mindset, right? And you're just like, no room for the week, we gotta go, go, go. But in reality, you are human and you do need some time to recharge and relax. So that's something that, I'm still learning, but definitely getting better at.
A lot of people that are very driven towards a particular goal, especially if you have a really good idea of what you want to be doing, fall into that trap of like getting so attached to working all the time. Yeah. And I've fallen into that trap myself, but what you end up finding is that a lot of times you end up spinning your wheels, and like if you get to a certain point where you're kind of burnt out and you're really not productive, like you were kind of alluding at there, you're just not really productive anymore because you haven't given yourself time to recharge. And it is so important to recharge. I
usually take some time off on the weekends, whether that's one day or, the whole weekend to recharge. But I still probably get the same amount done in a full week. It's just like if you give yourself some time to recharge, right, then, the time that you are working, you can be making sure it's as effective as it can be. So you can still get the same amount of stuff done, but also give yourself time to like, okay, get back to homeostasis, like make sure everything's all right.